JOATA, or JOATA, is the moniker of Puerto Rican indie pop musician Jose Oyola. Based on Los Angeles now, Oyola blends the hip hop and indie rock with Caribbean rhythms and writes anthemic bilingual songs about love, outer space, and the homesickness of being part of the Puerto Rican diaspora. Jose Oyola and the Astronauts released their debut album Give, 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 Take, Take, Take in 2013 down in New Haven. They are a fresh band and they've been playing amazing music ever since. So, welcome today, Oyola. Hello, Jose.
Hi, how are you?
Great, thank you. I've been playing your music for a few months now, and it never ceases to fails to amaze me that and we just celebrated our sixth anniversary on the New Music Alliance Radio Hour. We feature local artists, local original artists from Western New England. That's Southern Vermont, Western Mass, down into Connecticut, down to New Haven. And I just recently found out about your music, and it never fails to amaze me that an artist could be around for 5, 10 years putting out music, and I just haven't come across it yet.
There's so much music out there these days, so it's really, really tough to sift through it. I always say sift because I always think of myself going like this through like records.
Yeah, the good old way of doing it.
Right?
I miss those days. But
I think it's coming back. I think it's coming back.
can you tell me like how you started? Was it like 10 years ago in New Haven?
I started, I'm from Hartford, Connecticut originally.
Okay.
Um, I went to University of New Haven though. And I always say I started music like from the beginning because there's nothing else that I've ever wanted to do. I used to sing like in a church choir. And then when I was like 14, I wanted to be like a rapper and a hip hop producer, like old Kanye. Um, and then when I turned 18, I went to college for music, and I always remember like my music. I went to a very like Caucasian high school in Connecticut,
Hmm.
and I used to be bussed out from Hartford to Canton every day, which was intense, but also opened me up to, I always think like both sides of the world in a sense. So when I was younger, I used to have this like, I don't know if it was affirmation, but I was like, rock is not for me. It's like hip hop is the music for me. But when I turned 18 and I went to college, my closed mindedness opened up a little bit. And like I didn't listen to the Beatles until I was 18. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Right? And my friend Jeff introduced me to this band called the Mars Volta. And I was just like, whoa, they sing in Spanish. I feel like a lot of my childhood, not by my family, but just like society, the Spanish in me was kind of suppressed, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So when I heard the Mars Volta, I was like, oh wow, there's this band that sings in Spanish and it's cool and it's um prideful because I'm prideful of my roots. So I've been doing
As you
music.
should be, yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing music my whole life. It's part of my DNA. Being Puerto Rican, it's part of just our lifestyle. If we're cleaning, we're listening to music. If we're if we're at a funeral, we're probably listening to salsa. You know what I mean? Like it's just all over the place.
So did let's go back to like you said 18 or meeting a lot of people through the university, I'm assuming. And
Yeah,
that how you got introduced to the rock music, the Beatles and
yeah.
opening up
No,
your
rock.
mind?
The Beatles was the public library.
Ah,
I used to love going to the library and just taking out CDs.
yep.
And I remember the specific day. I was with my friend Jeff. I used to work at the Starbucks in Milford, Connecticut, and he used to lend me his Plymouth Voyager, and I used to drive it up Boston Post Road in Milford, Connecticut. And he's like, "Hey, dude, can I give you this song, and can you translate it for me?" And the song was Asilos Magdalena, and that's kind of like I was like, hey, I want to hear more of this. You know what I mean? What is this? Because even the Mars Volta is kind of even out there for being rock. You know what I mean? So it's like it was a very like I always remember that moment and translating the song, and it had my family's like my dad's a pastor and stuff like that, so my family has a very heavy like religion background, I guess. So the stuff that the Mars Volta talks about, not religious in any way in a sense, but it has those like entities and stuff like that, and it really kind of like witchcraft. It kind of it piqued my interest.
Ah, I should go back because I don't know if I mispronounced everything. So Jose Oyola and the astronauts, shortened JOATA, right?
Yeah,
Do
now
you
it's just
sound it out,
yeah,
Hoata, or
it's just JOATA. Yeah, I don't even use the other name anymore.
because we played we did a pairing show on the New Music Alliance radio hour at least recently where we basically take a local artist and we play something similar that everybody would know nationally, internationally. And I paired you up with Bleachers.
Okay, I'll take it.
I played Cloud and I matched it up with I Want to Get Better by Bleachers.
I love Bleachers. What's his name? Like I forget his name. He's a great producer.
Yes, amazing
John,
producer.
I forget his name.
Jack Antonoff.
That's what it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Great producer.
He yeah, he makes magic. He works with Taylor Swift and everybody and but do you see that kind of connection with Cloud, do you think?
Yeah, with Cloud. I'm trying to think what I was listening to. I liked MGMT a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Who formed in Connecticut?
True, Wesleyan. Um, uh, a little bit of LCD Sound System.
Oh yeah.
Um, Cloud is funny for me because so I have a new album that I just recorded, and it's it's so far away from Cloud that like I'm like, how am I gonna bring these worlds together? You know what I mean? Um, but Cloud, I remember, I mean, Cloud started as like a singer-songwriter song, you know, and it kind of live, it became more like an Arcade Fire type of vibe.
Hmm.
And then when we went to record it, I'm like, I kind of want like I want a dancey, upbeat song that people can sing along to. And it's funny because that synth was Pablo was my producer. We were in France, and that synth it was just it's like studio magic, you know. We were just playing with the mouse, you know, and just going like that synth is all just like straight up like improvising in the studio. Like we had an idea, but it was definitely like I didn't go in being like, hey, this is gonna be the synth part. You know what I mean? I'm like, all I know is the lyrics. Let's work. You know, let's in the melody. Let's work it out. You know what I mean?
That's very cool. And I love going back through your catalog and seeing your earlier music and seeing how you fusing kind of indie alternative and different styles of pop and hip hop. And it's just beautiful what you're doing. So I'm really excited to hear the new album.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Do you know when it's going to come out yet?
Can't tell you no. See, it's like I like being independent, so because it gives me the power to do what I want,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm getting older, and I kind of not doing it right, but it's like I want to get. I really, really believe in this new music, and I'm trying to control that artist in me that wants to just. I got new music. Here it is. Here it is. I'm like, you know, I'm not Taylor Swift. I'm not. You know, I'm not gonna have 100 people listening to it. I have to build up some kind of momentum behind it. With that being said, as an independent musician, it's brutal to release music in November and December because everybody's poor and everybody's on their holiday brains. So
Yeah.
I am pushing for a music video in late October. Don't quote me on that or hold me to that. For the new track, and then it will probably come out at the end of February, beginning of March 2026.
Excellent. Well, as soon as you release something, I'm going to put it onto the New Music Alliance radio hour, and I can't wait.
I appreciate that.
You've teamed up with Cheshi
Yeah,
a long time ago. How do you pronounce his name?
Chesky.
Oh, Chesky. Okay.
Shout out Chesky.
See, as a DJ, we rarely know how to pronounce people's names, and I'm always making fool of myself. That's why I had to ask you about how to pronounce JOATA.
No, it's all good. I mean, the thing is, I mean, I feel like America is such a melting pot, you know. It could be JOATA or it could be Seski, you know what I mean? So it's nice to ask, you know?
So you collaborated with Chesky and
Yeah.
on Struve, Born in the City. That's probably one of your most popular songs too, right?
Yeah, it's a song that I want to stop playing.
Oh, really?
But no, I mean, I love that people love that song, and there's nothing, you know, we evolve and we grow, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I can
But
imagine.
but it is cool to see, you know, a song. I mean, I think we did that song 8 years ago.
Mm.
It is cool. It's cool to see. I always tell like my friends and stuff like that, like I would never take anything completely down because it's cool to see the progression of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Struve, I wrote that. We call it Born in the City because it's just easier to remember now. I wrote that in New Haven, Connecticut. I was moving out of an apartment on a Casio keyboard with way too much sangria in my system. You know what I mean? And it kind of just I'm big on the crowd. Like I sometimes play songs that are unreleased because I want to see the crowd reaction to it. And because to me the crowd is so important.
Mm.
And that song just kept taking its like a life of its own, you know. And with Chesky, it was funny. This is to this day, I always tell the story. I've only sent one Twitter or X message in my whole life, and it was to Chesky. And let me see, I'm gonna fact check myself. And it was I had heard him at the Connecticut Music Awards.
Ah.
And I was like, oh my God, this guy raps and he, you know, he does like everything and plays guitar. This is cool.
Mm.
Um, and I was like, I wonder if Chesky would rap to this. And here, look, April 1st, 2014.
Ah.
And I was like, hey, my name is Jose. Like, would you want to play, like, perform on this song that I wrote? And he's like, I remember, like, I'm reading it right now. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of busy this week, but I'll check it out. And then, like, an hour later, he's like, yeah, I'm down. And that, you know, we became like super tight friends. And then we were neighbors for a little bit in New Haven, and now he's in Vegas, I think, and I'm here in California. And you know, it's been really cool to see our he's in co-defendants now in a different band, and it's cool to see us grow because it's always cool to see your friends like succeed
Yeah.
and work and get, you know, not gifted, but get like, you know, earn success through their hard work.
Mm. Well, I hope you get a chance to collaborate again someday.
We will.
Now you've got a performance coming up, a Sol y Luna tour. That's Sun and Moon, right?
Yeah.
At the Hungry Tiger in Manchester, Connecticut on Saturday, July 26th. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
I'm really excited about that show. I'm a sucker, not for nostalgia, but I'm a sucker for like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it is nostalgia and I'm just being arrogant. But the Hungry Tiger, when I was like 18 and 19, I used to always hit them up to perform there. And I would never hear, but you know, I was like just starting off, like really trying to like pursue music full time. And then I was in Connecticut visiting my family for the holidays, and they had an open mic at Hungry Tiger. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, wow, I remember like not to age myself, like I'm like, I remember like 15 years ago, I wanted to play this venue, like, and they had open mic, and I told my little sister, I'm like, yo, let's go to, can you drive me to this place in Manchester? And she's like, and she was a good sport about it. So we went there, I did the open mic, and I enjoyed the space. There was a good, I'm big on vibes, and the vibes were like right. And to be frank, I'm very impatient in the sense of I contacted like venues in New Haven and Hartford and nobody got back to me. And I'm like, I don't wait. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm like, you don't want the show, you know, I'll go play, you know, I'll go play somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it also it's a challenge for me in this as an artist because I'm like, hey, can I get people to Manchester, Connecticut, somewhere kind of off the beaten path? And we have, and this is the first time that we'll be playing. I think I haven't played Connecticut with a full band in maybe 5 or 7, 5, 6 years, more
Wow.
maybe.
Yep.
I played as a duo with a drummer, but not full, not like this. It's a new album. The band that like it's cool because it's full circle because some of the old astronauts are like in the new band, and it's like it's really, excuse my language, but like, it's really freaking cool. You know what I mean? To like come back from California back home and just, be the first one of the first places that get to hear the album before it's even released.
Excellent. Definitely can't wait for the show now.
Yeah, it's cool. And then like my homie Lunar Landing, he's opening the show. We're touring together, so we're doing like 7 dates together, 6 dates.
Ah.
Um, and he's from Portland, Maine, but I met him at an open mic here in Venice, in California. And it was funny because when he was performing, he had a Portland Sea Dogs hat, and I'm like, this guy's from the East Coast. I know it. And there's stuff like that, like you never know where you're gonna meet someone that's cool, or that's someone that shares your ambition and your drive. You know what I mean? And I feel
Mm,
like with him, immediately I was like, he has like cool comic books. I love his merch. Like I'm like, this guy's trying. He's really trying. And that's what it comes down to. I mean, you gotta practice, but like, and then now we're going. We're doing a whole run through the Northeast, and we have a California show at the end of tail of that tour. So, and it's funny because sometimes I go through my phone and you find pictures and you're
yeah.
like, and I'm like, oh wow, I forgot that this happened. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited. I'm excited to come home, see my family, see friends, and just meet new people.
Excellent. Well, before I let you go, would you like to play a quick game?
Yeah. At least I feel like I love horror movies, so I feel like I'm in Saw now.
You have to get out of the room before. No.
Without
So,
your toes touching the floor.
so this is called Lyrical Ponderings. I'm going to give you a song title. The song title is in the form of a question, like Hadaway's "What Is Love?"
Okay.
You can either tell me who sang the song or answer the question.
Okay.
Pick a number. I'm just gonna give you a number. I'll just give you
7.
7.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think anybody got 7.
Or 21.
What's going on?
Um, Heavy question. It's Oh my God, I know this. I kind of Is it okay if I answer it, or
If you can't say who sang it, then you have to answer it.
I mean it's
W-
Marvin Gaye,
Yes. So you got it.
but what's going on? The world is kind of crazy right now, and I just hope that everybody respects each other, has empathy for each other. Um, it's one day at a time, I try to say,
Mm-hmm.
not to sound so like cliche,
Yep.
but I think what's going on is an awakening or something. I don't know. I'm not in that like boat to say, it's a good time for some people and it's a very bad time for a lot of people. So I guess we'll weather the storm.
We'll weather it together and we'll enjoy at least a small respite on July 26th, Saturday, at the Hungry Tiger Sol y Luna tour with JOATA and Lunar Landing. Thank you very much, Jose. I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, and can't wait for the new album.
And thank you so much. It's people like you that keep us going. So thank you very much.